Right, note from me to me. It doesn't mean I'm about to not have a list. I love a list. I am in agony, guys. If anyone else suffers with like just 1 or 2 little spots, they dish these out easy. This was my first colouring book. He's just fallen off the screen. Brilliant, that wasn't the plan, Archie. Today I thought we could spend a nice little calm but productive day together. It is a Monday morning. I think my voice sounds like a bit croaky. My face still looks a bit puffy because it's not quite 7 o'clock yet. It's supposed to be another absolutely scorching day today. Doesn't look it at the moment. It looks hella cloudy out there, but it's supposed to be really, really hot later. So I want to get Archie out early before it gets hot, and then Connor and I will take him out again this evening once it started to cool down again. So that is the reason I have come on camera looking like this morning. Before I take Archie out on his walk, I also just wanted to say a massive thank you for all of the supportive, lovely messages that both Connor and I had from you guys about us getting Archie and welcoming him into our family. I was so excited to share the news with you, and I know some of you would have sussed it because you know how badly I wanted a dog, but it was so nice to share that with you all and to have so many lovely comments about the fact that Archie's going to have a fabulous home and a life with us, which obviously that is our sole aim, is to be able to provide him with that, but also that he looks so happy and settled, because obviously we think he's really happy and settled, but to hear it so many times from people just watching him around me was really, really nice as well. So thank you all so much for being so kind and supportive on that video. It really doesn't go unnoticed. But there is a little someone who is ready to go. Oops, sorry Arch, that was your moment. I promise this isn't going to be a dog vlog, but equally I feel like I can't we got sleepy dust, darling. But equally I feel like I can't come on here and not show him off the bat, because to be honest, I think that's all everyone wants to see now. So for anyone that's not interested in dogs, this isn't going to be a dog vlog. But for those that need their Archie fix, here he is. Should we go on our walk, hey? Doesn't know walkies yet, so we're trying to teach him that one, because when you learn that word, life's going to be a lot more fun. Oh dear. I'm filming on my phone because I realised when I left the house that my camera was looking a little bit flat and would actually benefit from a bit of a charge before a day of filming with you guys today. So I've left it behind. But it's so lovely getting out at this time in the morning. So I've just realised my face is really shiny because I've only put moisturiser on this morning. So I'm like glowing, but I look a bit sweaty and a bit shiny. It is muggy. Even though it is just coming up to 7 a.m, it's going to be a scorcher today. I think it's supposed to get up to about 32, 33, hence we're out at this time. But as a lot of you guys know, one of the main reasons, well, not one of the main reasons, but one of the factors as to why we wanted a dog was because Connor and I are big walkers anyway, so it's not uncommon for me to come out and do this route in the morning, and it's so nice doing it with, oh, he's found something to smell, but doing it with a little bit of company now, which honestly just makes the morning so fun. And even on the days where I wouldn't ordinarily want to come and go out for a walk, it pushes you to, and I'm really, really enjoying that, because on a day like this, it's going to get hotter and I'm not going to want to come out and walk later, so it pushes you to get out and do these things, which for me is the perfect start to a Monday morning. But these just like pottering days are my favourite. There's no major agenda. I just want to I need a bit of me time, and I know this sounds ridiculous. Now, just take this with a pinch of salt, what I'm about to say, because anyone that's got children out there is going to be literally looking at me thinking, this girl doesn't know what's going to hit her one day. But having had him for a week, I need a bit of me time. I need a bit of self-care. My eyebrows need some attention. My skin needs an exfoliate. I need an everything shower. You know, like, I just haven't taken any time really to get stuff like that done, which I know sounds ridiculous, but I've just been all in on him. And yeah, just, if I ever have a child, can someone please clip this up and then remind me, are you coming? Can someone please remind me of this conversation when I'm like, I've had no sleep? Because I know this is absolutely nothing. But I do just need a bit of a self-care day, really. And today felt like the perfect excuse. Gosh, I'm not used to vlogging on my phone. And it is so heavy compared to using the camera. So anyway, we are going to have another hour and a bit out here, I reckon. And then I will catch up with you guys when we get home. Back from the walk and it is hot out there. I'm not complaining, I love the sun, but my goodness, we're going in for it today. I have one very soggy dog drying off in the garden. He had a hose pipe fight with Connor when we got home, so we put some shade up for him and he's just chilling in the garden in the shade drying off, and he's quite happy out there, which is really nice. I am just sat at the kitchen table because I want to get some lists done. Now obviously I'm having quite like a slow, calm day, but that doesn't mean I'm about to not have a list. I love a list. I feel like it gets everything out of my brain and onto paper, and it honestly just calms my whole day. So I've got 2 notebooks on the go here. This is like my content book in terms of what I need to film, when I need to post, if I've got any ads that like have specific timings or need to send them off for approval or anything like that. This is where I put all of that. And here I'm actually just going to put my food shop list, because I do need to go on a food shop. I've just had my breakfast, which I was going to show you, but it's now all gone. I just had the usual, the yogurt, the seeds and strawberries, so that has gone. So yeah, what I'm going to do is also use my phone and just go through everything I must get done today. I put in here my essentials. I know I said I'm having sort of like a day off, but I still kind of treat content days as like a day off, because although it is a part of my job now, it doesn't feel like it. So I really enjoy doing content. So like vlogging for you today is technically working, but it really doesn't feel like it. So where are we? Oh, 1st of July tomorrow. That feels crazy. Right, note from me to me. Lou, these are not your dog walking shoes. Yeah, I shouldn't have worn these out. Archie got wet, then jumped on my shoes, and now my shoes like this, look like this. So I'm going to pop them in the washing machine. I've got a 15-minute cycle on my washing machine, so I'm actually just going to pop them in on a nice quick one. But before I do that, obviously, I'm just going to give them a quick spritz with the Pink Stuff Stain Remover. They're not particularly stained, they're just like a light fabric, so I would rather just kind of give them a quick spritz so they don't get any worse, really. And then, I say a quick spritz, this is a lot, isn't it? And then I'm just going to chuck them in the washing machine, let that just all sink in for a couple of minutes. Then I'm going to put them on a 15-minute cycle with... Actually, I'm going to put no detergent in because they're still wet, so I feel like it's not going to take that much to get the stains out. A lot of people put their shoes in the washing machine, like in a shoe washing bag or an old pillowcase or something like that. To be honest, I don't bother. I really don't bother. I never have, and it's always been absolutely fine. That washing machine has never been damaged. It's always absolutely fine. So yeah, I'm just going to stick that on a quick little 15-minute cycle, and then once those are done, I can pop those out. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm just putting the temperature down, and then I'm going to put those out to dry and we can head off to do the food shop. I was about to say head to Sainsbury's, but actually I'm wondering whether to try somewhere different today. We have a Lidl right near us, and I'm not adverse to a Lidl. Like, I do go to Lidl for some things. They have a really good like seed and nut selection in there, so I do go in there for that, but it's not somewhere I maybe like do like a whole food shop. But I'm tempted to give that a go today. Like I get some bits from there, so I know what's in there, but I always just go and do my food shop at Sainsbury's. But I'm wondering whether we just try that, because I'm interested to see if it actually is any cheaper than what I would normally spend in Sainsbury's. Oh, let's go wild. Let's go and do our food shop in Lidl today for a change. Doing the food shop when it's hot is always a really funny one, isn't it? Because it's often very cold in the supermarket, so I've just put a shirt on. I feel very overdressed, but I don't want to get cold in there. You know what it's like when you walk down the fridge aisles? It's normally freezing, isn't it? So anyway, let's go to Lidl. Shop haul, but first things first, I need to get these fabs in the freezer before we lose them. So as well as the fabs, this is what I have got. As I say, it's not a full food shop. I've got quite a few bits in the fridge and freezer anyway, in terms of like meat and fish and things. So it's just a top up for the next few days. I just wanted to start by showing you this massive punnet of strawberries because this was quite inexpensive. How much was it? This huge punnet was £2.75. Now, I have heard that little fruit and veg doesn't last very long. However, I'm going to wash them, dry them and put them in the glass storage containers that I normally do. So hopefully they will be able to last quite long. I got some eggs to go with some rye bread that Connor's having for breakfast at the moment. I've had these yogurts before. You guys have seen me use these on my breakfast. They are so good because they've got a little strawberry layer in there as well. I've seen something I wanted to try for lunch this week. It involves tzatziki, sweet corn, chorizo and the pasta here. I actually went for the whole wheat pasta, which I've got to be honest, I don't normally get, but I just thought, let's try and keep it a little bit healthier, but I'll cook that with you guys in about an hour or so when it's lunchtime, because that's something I think I can meal prep for Connor and me for the week, which is nice. I got the cream cheese, the chicken, the lemon for something I'm doing for dinner this week. I was going to do a garlicky, lemony, creamy orzo, but this is my only problem with Lidl. So there was two things I couldn't get. It was the orzo, which, I don't know, I didn't think that was like a particularly niche thing, but you can't get that at Lidl. And I also couldn't get any popcorn corns, which we normally have in the cupboard as well. So those are the two things I couldn't get. So for tonight's dinner, I'm doing salmon, which I've already got in the fridge. I'm going to do a tray of like roasty bits to go with it. So I've got the potatoes for that. I'll roast up some carrots and I've got some onions and pepper again already in the fridge. So I'll add those to it. Cucumbers just to add to this little lunch I'm going to be making. Ran out of butter. There's a big avocado back there. That was cheap actually. How much was that for a large avocado? Because I know they can be quite pricey in Sainsbury's. 59p! 59p for an avocado. That is good value. This is the seed mix that I use on our breakfast. So it's got the, what has it actually got in it? Sunflower seed, pumpkin seed, hemp seed, and golden linseed. But yeah, that's a really good mix that we both like to have on our breakfasts. A broccoli just for adding into the roasted veg. These I love for just a quick little wipe around the floor. I've used these quite a few times before. They're really, really tough and they're biodegradable. So yeah, we love these in our house. A couple of bananas, bleach, and I thought we could try these cheese curls. Let's see if they are anything like a quaver. But that all cost me £30.28, which I know there's not a huge amount of meat and fish and things in there, which is obviously what racks it up. But yeah, I think that was too bad actually. So I'm going to get all this away and then I think I'm going to spend the next sort of half an hour or so just having a potter. There are things, I feel like I've got stuff everywhere. Everything could do with like a little bit of a surface clean, just a little bit of a tidy. So that's what we're going to do for the next sort of half an hour or so. Now for the next 3 days, so it's something that I can do now and then keep in the fridge, which is a good job ticked off the list. Sorry, I'm just scrolling Instagram because I'm just trying to find the recipe. This is the one. I'll leave this lady's Instagram link down below because she's got really simple, quite healthy but also cost-effective meal prep ideas on her page. It's called Beat the Budget. But the one I'm going for today is this kind of chorizo and sweet corn pasta salad. So it looks really easy, and I had a lot of stuff in, and I just bought the sweet corn, the pasta, and the chorizo to add into it. So I've got a pan on the boil for that. So let's get this made. Okay, so what the recipe says is literally just slice up your chorizo. God, sorry, if I'm looking really stiff, I am in agony, guys. It's Monday today, and on Saturday at the gym, I've pulled something in my neck, bottom of my neck, top of my back, into my shoulder. It might just be a trapped nerve or something, but obviously I've had plenty of trapped nerves before, but the agony, and it's like shooting up into my neck, into the back of my head, like it's just so painful. And I haven't slept well the last 2 nights either, because obviously I can't, when I'm lying down, I can't lift my head up. That's what really hurts. I have to like support it, which sounds honestly ridiculous, I know, but it's so painful. So like when I want to turn over in the night, I have to like pick my head up, rotate it, and then go back to sleep again, which is really ideal. So I'm actually not going to the gym tonight because, yeah, I just couldn't do that. So that's sad. But what was I doing before I was feeling sorry for myself? Chorizo. So yes, you literally just roast your chorizo on a baking tray with sweet corn sprinkled on. Apparently that goes in the oven, well, she says for half an hour, but to be honest, I don't think I've got the patience for half an hour, so I'm just going to put it in for like 20 minutes and see how we go. So here we have it. That is the little pasta salad. I've added the cucumber in. This is Connor's for today. It's probably actually too much. I probably should take some of that out actually. But these are 2 portions for tomorrow and 2 portions for Wednesday, and I'll add the cucumber in on the day just so they stay fresh. But yeah, if this is as tasty as it looks, then this is a big fat win.
Guys, I'm annoyed at myself. I've had these 2 spots brewing on my chin. This one was particularly big and this one wasn't too bad. And I've been trying not to pick them, and then I didn't even realise I'd done it. Oh, water dripping down my elbow. I didn't even realise I'd done it, but I sat there working this afternoon. I bloody picked them, haven't I? So now I've just come upstairs just to give my face a bit of a cleanse, because I'm just worried that I've picked them with like dirty hands. And oh, honestly, I'm so annoyed at myself because I should have just left that. But I'm gonna have a bit of a steam. I'm gonna do a bit of facial steam tonight, and then I'll use my LED mask. And we'll just pray for some kind of miracle. I've come up here to clean my face because, sorry, let me just dry my face. I want to just put a little bit of this on. I actually got this from the doctors. I think I mentioned a few times in here, I have had really bad skin in the past. And yeah, I've got these 2 little spots here, but compared to what we used to deal with, this is honestly literally nothing. So I actually get this from the doctors. If anyone else suffers with like just 1 or 2 little spots, they dish these out easy. So it's this, it's called, I think it's called Differin. But if you get like 1 or 2, I just put a little, it's not even a pea-sized amount, it's literally like the smallest. Oh God, I'm nearly out of this. And just pop it on the spots and they dry them out really, really nicely. I'm just annoyed at myself for picking them, but hey ho, let's just sit with my skin doing that for now. So anyway, it is a few hours after I last spoke to you. Lunch was delicious, and I have been sat in the garden just doing a little bit of work. It's kind of been nothing urgent, if you know what I mean. It just felt nice to get it done. It was kind of stuff that didn't need doing, but would really benefit the business if I just got it done. So that's what I've been up to this afternoon. And I love doing things like that because I feel like there's absolutely no pressure. But let me just show you the little setup that I've been working in this afternoon, because it's been so nice sat out there. Sorry if you can hear Connor in the background. He's on a call, but he's got the doors open. But anyway, this is where I've been working, which has been lovely. And I've got the little parasol up, and I'm kind of half in the sun, half in the shade, which suits me perfectly. And also, these are the shoes I washed earlier. I just took them out the washing machine and popped them out here to dry, and they are completely bone dry and are now mud free as well. So that was literally just a 15-minute cycle, and the pink stuff stain removal spray, it worked so well. But I'm gonna get my laptop packed away now because I actually want to do a little bit of colouring. I remember it must have been a couple of months ago, I had said in a vlog that I was going to do some colouring. I thought, oh, and I think I'd said something like, oh, and I'm not going to show you guys that because that's quite boring, who actually wants to see that? And someone commented going, oh no, we do want to see that kind of thing. And I was like, love that. I love that you actually still want to see these kinds of things. So
yeah, I think what I'm actually going to do is I've got about an hour until we're going to head out. We're going to take Archie round to Connor's grandparents. We actually haven't introduced Archie to Connor's grandma and granddad yet, which feels a bit of a shame because they love dogs and they've been really, really keen to meet him. But one of the problems he has had, which we've worked on now, which is why we feel like we can take him round, is that new people, he can get quite excitable and jump up at them. Connor's grandma is quite old, a little bit frail, she's got Parkinson's, you know, we can't have him jumping up. And although we have been 99% certain that if we kept him on the lead and kept him calm and told him no, it wouldn't happen, we couldn't 1000% guarantee it, and therefore we were like, look, it's just not worth the risk until we know we can trust him. And today we feel like that is the right day, so we're taking him round to go meet them, which will be really, really nice. But we've just been waiting for it to cool down, so it's about 5 o'clock now. We're going to head round about 6, which gives me about an hour to chill in the garden with a little bit of colouring. So, do you want a little colouring haul? Shall I show you what I use to do my colouring? These aren't very good actually, so I'm not really going to recommend them, but they're quite, because they run out quite quickly, but they're quite good for like doing the little finer bits, because they're a real like fine tip. The next 2 bits I got from Amazon, so I'll leave a link down below just in case you are interested. But these ones are good because they're fine one end and thicker at the other. This one I really like because if you want to do like really detailed drawings, they're not particularly like big spaces. So you can like use lots of different colours and things. The only thing I will say about this one is you have to have like a sheet of spare paper, because although the backs of each page are black, the colour does come through, so I have to like just slot a piece of paper in so it doesn't transfer onto the next one. And this one, this is actually the first colouring book I got. It sounds so weird. This was my first colouring book.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere.
Absolutely knackered. Like, sorry, my hair. We've just got back from taking Archie for a walk. It's about 9:30. Yeah, we just got back to taking Archie for a walk. I just jumped in the shower. And I'm so tired. I'm going straight to bed, which is annoying because I wanted to watch Love Island. I'm so into this series. Like, my God, like if you're not watching Love Island yet, then maybe have a little get into it. And if you are, please tell me what you're thinking because I'm absolutely loving it. Oh God, it's been so hot, isn't it, today? I think it's just taken all the energy out of me. And obviously, I mentioned to you earlier about my neck, shoulder, all of that. I just haven't been sleeping very well, which is not really helped. So I am exhausted, going to go to bed. If you're wondering why on earth I'm wearing a jumper but complaining about the heat, to be honest, the pyjama top I've got on just isn't very YouTube appropriate. It's very heatwave appropriate, which is why I'm wearing these pyjamas. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here. I don't think it's really appropriate for me. I don't think it'd be a good idea for me to sit here in it, but there we go. Quickest little bit of skincare. Put my serums on and bits and bobs in the bathroom. But this little spot that I was chatting to you about earlier, sounds exciting, doesn't it? This one here, even just after putting that cream on it for about 4 hours, it's really taken it out actually. So that is really, really good. I'm actually just going to go put another little layer on before I go to bed. But yeah, what else do I need to do? My neck. Don't want an old neck, do we? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this more sort of spend a day chatty kind of vlog. I personally really like filming these, so I'd like to do a bit more of them. I'm conscious that my content has been very sort of deep cleaning heavy at the moment, which I love. I really want to keep it that way, but I would quite like to go back to sort of incorporating like a Sunday vlog or something like that. But I don't know whether you guys would be interested in that particularly, so let me know what you think. But yeah, I've quite enjoyed this, more of like a chatty video, if that makes sense. I can't lie, I was planning on showing you a sort of like a kitchen shutdown in this video as well, to show you me sort of cleaning up for the evening, but I'm just so tired and Connor was on the clean up, so I'm really sorry. I feel like I failed you on that one, but anyway, there we go. I'm gonna head off to bed, gonna catch up on a little bit of Love Island and then inevitably fall asleep to it about 10 minutes in, but that's how we roll. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.